All right, now it's been well over 2 months and almost about 1,000 Ukrainian fighters continue to hold on against the Russian troops at the Azovstal iron and steel works plant in Mariupol. Now, the Soviet-era steel plant is the last bastion of the Ukrainian defenders as the city of Mariupol around them has fallen to the invading forces. Now, against all odds, these fighters continue to resist the Russian forces. The sprawling compound lies in complete shambles as Russian planes and artillery continues to bombard it virtually on a daily basis. The Ukrainian forces hide in the day in the maze of tunnels under the plant and then emerge the moment there's a lull in the shelling. The battle has been raging and there is fear that the end game could be near. But an end game at Azovstal has been spoken about for several weeks now. While Kiev is trying to negotiate a deal with Moscow to evacuate the wounded soldiers, Kiev is also engaged in some pretty difficult talks with Moscow to try and rescue its soldiers in exchange for releasing the Russian prisoners of war. But the family members of these Ukrainian defenders are getting very desperate. They fear the very worst, and now they've made an unprecedented request to China. The family members held a press conference in the Ukrainian capital. They appealed to the Chinese president for help to rescue their brothers and husbands and sons who are still trapped inside the Azovstal steel plant.
Ми віримо, що сильний і благородний Китай здатний приймати нелегкі рішення в ім'я блага, в ім'я цінностей, адже стоїть на сторожі цих цінностей. Ми просимо вельмишановного президента Китая Сі Цзіньпіня проявити велику любов, велику турботу про світові цінності і велику східну мудрість, долучитися до порятунку захисників Маріуполя.
Щоб ви розуміли, на Азовсталі немає здорових бійців. Там є тяжко поранені і середньої тяжкості поранення, але хлопці йдуть далі до бою. Є такі люди, які отримали вже по 3 поранення, але далі йдуть до бою. Не воюють тільки ті, яких немає кінцівок, але і ті, які просто не можуть вже встати.
Mariupol has seen the heaviest fighting for nearly about 3 months of this war, and the devastated city is now virtually in Russian hands, except for the Azovstal steelworks complex that, despite weeks of heavy Russian bombardment, continues to offer resistance. On the other hand, NATO member Turkey has proposed carrying out a sea evacuation of the wounded fighters who are holed up at the Mariupol steelworks.
So we are still working on how to find a ceasefire in the Mariupol area, get these injured soldiers and other civilians out of Mariupol. We have had a number of plans, proposals. The first one was to get the soldiers from Mariupol to Berdyansk, and from the Berdyansk port through the ship from Istanbul, bring them here to Turkey. That offer is still at the table. Last time when I met President Zelensky in Kiev, in fact, we discussed this issue. If it can be done that way, we are happy to do it. We are ready. In fact, our ship is ready to go and bring the soldiers, injured soldiers and other civilians to Turkey.
Now, Ukraine and Russia both did not immediately comment on the possibility of an evacuation by sea. Despite shortages of ammunition, food, water and medicine, Ukrainian soldiers holed up at the plant have repeatedly refused to surrender to Moscow, citing fears of being killed or tortured. But every passing day, time is running out as Russian troops continue to pound the steel plant. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.